If you look at the list of the operators, you have arithmetic operator, relational operators, equality operator, logical operators, unary operators, conditional operators, bitwise, assignment, comma, and size of. Size of I have already told to you. Now today, what is our objective is, we will look at the arithmetic operators. Right, today we gonna study the arithmetic operators. So it's very simple. Basically, you already know few arithmetic operator. For example, you already know plus, minus. You know, for a multiplication you have to use the star. Star is there on the keyboard, so you don't require to find out, right? Then you have a division, right? You have a division. Division is this symbol, and finally you have one more operator which is called a modulo operator. Right, this is probably new for some of you, modular operator. While learning this operator, we will try to discuss something called typecasting. Something called typecasting. I will explain you what I mean by typecasting. Right, so that is required. Casting needs to be understood when we perform the division. Now plus, minus and multiplication I don't require to teach, right? You can do, let's say for example, let me explain it over here. Suppose I am writing integer a, comma b, comma c, right? These are the three variables that I have taken in C programming. And let's say I am making a is equal to 5 and I am making b is equal to, let's say, 2, right? And suppose I will write one equation here. Let's say c is equal to a plus b. C is equal to a plus b. And if I try to do printf, if I try to do printf percentage d, comma c, then you know the answer. The answer is going to be 7. Yes or no? Right? Answer is going to be 7. Similarly, if you do a minus b, it's going to be 3. Similarly, if you do a into b, it's going to be 10. But when you do, let's say, if I will do like this, c is equal to a divided by b. So obviously, what question in front of you is 5 divided by 2. Now please understand, 5 is an integer constant. 2 is an integer constant. Right? So when in a C programming, this is the rule that I am telling you about C programming. In the C programming, when the two constants are integer only, the arithmetic operation is performed in integer only and the answer will be integer. So you are expecting answer to be 2.5, but you will not get 2.5. Instead of that, what answer you will get is 2. What answer you will get is 2. So 5 by 2, mathematically we expect it to be 2.5, but in C programming, when your a is an integer, when your b is an integer, what the answer you will get is 2 rather than 2.5. So one of the questions that we are going ahead with is how to convert this a by b, that is 2, into actually 2.5, and what is the things we need to do. So that at that point we will discuss the typecasting. That is one thing. Second thing is, if I try to explain you the modulo operator, right? 5 modulo, let's say 2, 5 modulo 2. Then you please understand, you know how we used to do a division, like 5 divided by 2. So if I do 5 divided by 2, 2 1s are 2, right? Or maybe 2 2s are 4. I can do 2 2s are 4, and then what is remaining is 1. So this reminder, this is called a reminder. આપણે ગુજરાતી વાળાને શેષ કહેતા હતા, right? This is called a reminder. So when you apply a modulo operator, it will give you reminder. So the answer is 1. Similarly, if I do 13 modulo 12, if I do 13 modulo 12, what is going to be the answer, friends? Hello, each one of you need to write an answer. What is the answer? Yes, 13 modulo 12 is going to be 1, right? 13 modulo 12 is going to be 1. Very good. Now suppose I will write 12 modulo 13. What is the answer? Let me write again. I am writing 12 modulo 13. What is the answer? 12 modulo 13. Hey Bhagwan, શું આન્સર લખો છો તમે? મોડ્યુલો will give you the reminder. Please understand. Modulo, all are writing wrong. Modulo will give you the reminder. Hello, so આપણે શું કરવાનું? See, it's a reminder. Yes, now somebody written correctly. See, no, it's not 1. suppose you do like this, 12 divided by 13, right? ભાગ ચાલે નહીં આપણે ગુજરાતી વાળા, right? So 13 cannot divide 12. So what we put here is, it's a 0. And so here what you have is the 0. And so what is the remainder? 12. Remainder is 12. So answer is 12. I hope you are getting now. Reminder, આ મોડ્યુલો ઓપરેટર રિમાઇન્ડર આપે, મોડ્યુલર ઓપરેટર રિમાઇન્ડર દેતા है, शेष देता है, right? So basically, for example, let's say if I write 4 modulo 6, what is the answer? Anyone? Fast. 4 modulo 6. Yes, it's a 4. 4 modulo 6 is 4. Hello, 4 modulo 4 ભાગ્યા 6. ભાગ ન ચાલે. So 0 here. Then 0. The answer is 4. This is the remainder. Please understand. Suppose I will ask you 6 modulo 2. What is the answer? 6 modulo 2. બોલો, હજુ ઘણા 3 લખે હે ને. હે ભગવાન, 0. અરે ભાઈ, આમ કરવાનું, 6 divided by 2. So 2 3s are 6. What is the remainder? Modulo, this will give a remainder, 0. I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay, right? So modulo operator will give you the remainder. Now please understand, using this modulo operator, I am going to teach today how you can decide whether the entered number is odd or even. Entered number is odd or even. Odd or even. Odd એટલે એકી સંખ્યા and even એટલે બેકી સંખ્યા, right? Suppose 3, 5, 7, 9 all are odd number. 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, this all are even number, right? Now please understand, suppose you pick up any odd number. Let's say you tell me odd number. Let's say 15. 15 is odd number. If I take 15 modulo 2, what is the answer? 15 modulo 2, it's a 1. You take any odd number. Let's say I will take 23. 23 is an odd number, right? 23 modulo 2. What is the answer? 1. Right? You take any odd number. Let's say 101. 101 is an odd number, like 101 modulo 2. What is the answer? 50 into 200, and answer is 1. That means if I take any odd number, if I take 101 or I take 15 or I take 23, any odd number, you take any odd number, you take a remainder by 2, the answer is always 1, which is non-zero. That means if I take a odd number remainder, it will always give me 1. And that means I can decide. There could be a logic. If I take a modulo operator of that number and the remainder is non-zero, it's an odd number. You pick up any even number. Any even number. Let's say 50. 50 modulo 2. What is the answer? 50 modulo 2. 0. Very good. You take any odd number. Let's say 420. 420 modulo 2. What is the answer? 0. So for any even number, the remainder is always 0, and that's a logic. That's a logic. So agar modulo 2 is 0, the meaning is that the number is even, and if the modulo 2 for any number is odd, let's say 1, the meaning is that the number is odd, right? So today we gonna write this program. Is it clear, the objectives? I'm going to teach you the modulo operator. I'm going to teach you how the typecasting will happen, right? So let me switch on to my code blocks and let me show you everything practically, so that will get very clear to all of you, right? So some of you were telling me that take a float and like that. So let's say those concepts get clear. So just wait for 30 seconds. Right, just let's take a deep breath and let me start. Right, so I hope now code block you are able to see, and let me start a new project. right? So what I need to do is I have to go to the file, I have to say new, right? You know what I need to do is I have to say new and then the project, right? And I have to select the console application, I have to say go, right? We'll say next, and then I will select the language as a C, and I have to give a project title, right? So let's say today is 15th of April, so I am giving name, let's say demo 15, right? Any project name you can give. So let me go ahead like this and keep it as it is. Let's say finish, and so it has created one file for you, which is the main.c, right? I hope you are able to see the font very clearly and everything, right? So now let me what is the extension of C file? It's a .c. Hello dost, it's a .c. It has to be .c, right? For C++ it's .cpp, for Java it's .java, for Python is .py. Similarly for C programming it's .c. I hope I have answered your query, right? Great. So now I'm not looking at the Q&A again. I am going back and will be, teaching you what I supposed to. So let me take the same example. Let's say integer a, comma b, comma c. Let's say we have these three variables, and as we discussed, let's say a is equal to 5, right? And let's say b is equal to 2, and this is what I have done. I have initialized. So the first statement is the declaration of the variable. Please understand, this is called a declaration of the variable. So how many variables I have declared? I have declared 3 variables. And when you declare the variable, the space get created in the main memory, and it got the name, it got the addresses. After that, these statements are assignment statements. So now the 5 is got assigned to A, 2 got assigned to B. Now I can perform any arithmetic operation. For example, just to explain you, let's say I will do here C is equal to, let's say A into B. So you know the answer, right? I can write printf, and I can always write printf double quotes, and because I want to print a multiplication which is an integer, I have to write %d, right? And comma, my answer lies in the C, right? And probably let's say I will make a comment for this statement because I don't want this hello world to be printed, right? So what's going to be the answer that you already know? So if I run this program, right, you can see the answer is 10. Hello, right? Answer is 10. Now let me go ahead and let's modify this equation. Rather than a into b, what I want to do is I want to do a divided by b. I already said the answer. When I do %d comma c, probably mathematically I expect an answer to be 2.5, but because of this a and b both are integer, the rule of the game in C programming is that when both the variables or both the constant are integer, arithmetic operation is performed in the integer and the answer will be integer only. So that means my answer is going to be 2 only, right, rather than 2.5. So let me check it practically. You can see the answer is 2. I hope you are able to see, right? Now, as I said earlier, I want to teach you how to make it 2.5. So some of you were suggesting me that let us take this C as a float. Because my container is float, then probably it can hold the 2.5. So your assumption is that, so what you want me to do is, rather than defining C over here, right, you wish me to do like this. Let me write here the float C, because float can hold any decimal values, any real number. Float can hold any real number, not decimal, any real number. So let's say 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, any real number. Any number with the point, right? So now what I want is, let's say I'm doing C is equal to A by B, but in order to print the float, what is the change I have to make? Rather than writing %d, I have to write here %, hello, I have to write %, yes, I have to write %f, right? I have to write %f, and when I write %f, actually, right, you expect it to print 2.5, but please understand, this a is an integer, b is an integer, so a is 5, b is 2, so 5 divided by 2, because both are integer, answer is going to be 2. But when it goes to the container like this c, because c is a float, so जब वो c में जाएगा, it get converted from 2 to 2.6 times 0, 2.6 times 0, but it will not get converted to 2.5. You can verify here. So let me run this program again. Can you see the output? Hello, right? It's a 2.6 times 0. So according to the container, it has changed the shape. આપણે પાણીને બોટલમાં ભરીએ તો બોટલ જેવો આકાર થઈ જાય, like that, you know. According to the container, it take the shape, right? So now, what is our objective? We want to make it 2.5. We want to make it 2.5. So there is something called a typecasting. There is something called a typecasting, and there are two kind of casting. One is called explicit typecasting, another one is called implicit typecasting. I am going to explain you here first the explicit typecasting. What I want to do is, I want to make this a divided by b as a 2.5 rather than 2, and rule of the game is that if both a and b both are integer, answer is going to be an integer. That means for a temporary purpose, I have to convert either a or b into the float. I am saying temporary, थोड़ी वार माटे. Either I have to convert, का तो मारे a अथवा तो b ने, right? Either a or b I need to convert into float temporarily. In order to do that, what you can do is, before a, for example, I can write in the bracket कि I want to convert this a into float. ए के पहले मैंने लिख दिया कि ए को मैं टेम्पररी किस में कन्वर्ट कर रहा हूँ, फ्लोट में. अब जैसे ही मैं ए को फ्लोट में कन्वर्ट कर रहा हूँ दोस्तों, तो क्या होगा, जब ए फ्लोट हो गया है तो बी भी फ्लोट हो जाएगा. दिस इज द रूल इन द सी प्रोग्रामिंग ऑफ एन इक्वेशन. दिस इज हाउ द अरिथमेटिक ऑपरेशन विल बी परफॉर्म. सो व्हेन ए बिकम्स 5.0, b also becomes 2.0 in this equation. So 5.0 upon 2.0, because the arithmetic operation has been performed in the float, answer is going to be in float 2.5, and so that 2.5 will go into the c, and c is also container which is a float. So now when I run this program, you can see the answer is 2.5. Hello, answer is 2.5 because my container was capable and I have converted this into temporary float. It's not necessary that I can only convert a into the float. What I can do is I can also convert the b into the float. So for example, I can write this also here. Still I will get the same answer. You can check it, right? So this is what you mean by the typecasting. Now some of you might have a question ki, let's say what I will do now is, rather than making this container as a float, if I will make this an integer, if I make this as an integer, what will happen? If I make this as an integer, what will happen is, your answer will be 2.5. Your answer will be 2.5, but when it going to c, it's get compressed. So that 2.5 get converted into 2 again. And so in order to print an integer, I have to make percentage d. So यहाँ पे right hand side पे your answer was 2.5, but when it going inside the container, it get truncated, right? If you try to put a television in the mobile box, you need to cut the television and you have to make it equivalent to the size of the mobile phone. Then and then the television can go into the box of the mobile phone. Same thing, right? So if I try to do that, again the answer is going to be 2. Right side पे answer was 2.5, but when now this casting, ये जो conversion हुआ ना, यहाँ पे 2.5 था, on the right hand side it was 2.5, but when it is going on the left hand side, it get converted into something called 2. That conversion is done by a compiler because your container was not capable to hold it, and that is called implicit typecasting. So I said there are two typecasting. One is explicit, another one is the implicit. Right? This is an example. Explicit हम लोग कर रहे हैं, explicit ये compiler कर रहा है हमें बताए बिना. That is an implicit. Right? So there are two type of casting, explicit and implicit. Let me explain you in little bit more detail. For example, friends, suppose let's say again my c is, let's say, float. C is a float, right? Just for your understanding, and let's say I'm writing here 13 by 2. For example, rather than A and B, I have written this 13 by 2. So now, what do you expect as an answer? Anyone? What do you expect as an answer? એ ભગવાન, હા બધું હરણની સીતા થઈ જાય છે. લોકો શું જવાબ આલી રહ્યા છે? યસ, it's a 6.6 times 0. 6.6 times 0. અરે 6.6 વખત 0. Please understand. What is 13? What is 13? Integer constant. What is 13? Integer constant. What is 2? Integer constant. So both are integer. So arithmetic operation will be performed in integer. Answer will be in a integer. So 13 by 2 एक्चुअल में मैथमेटिकली 6.5 होता है, लेकिन सी प्रोग्रामिंग का रूल है कि दोनों इंटीजर थे तो आंसर इंटीजर में ही आएगा. तो इंटीजर में आंसर क्या आया? 6. Answer is 6, but it is going inside a C. Now C is what kind of container? C is what kind of container? Float. C is a float kind of container. Hello, don't worry about the recording. I am doing recording. I forgot here, but I will be starting. Don't worry, but you will be provided recording. Huh? Don't worry. You will have a recording. Don't worry. चिंता मत करो दोस्तों, रिकॉर्डिंग मिल जाएगी. हाँ, मेरी जिम्मेदारी है. हेलो, I hope you got the idea. 13 by 2 is 6. But when it going inside a C, it get converted into 6.6 times 0. So let me run this program. So those who have a doubt, you can check 6.6 times 0. C float है इसलिए. Yes. Okay. Shall I go ahead now? Till now, any doubt? Hello, boys and girls. Okay, fine. Great, thank you. So, very good, very good. Huh? Let me ask you a question again. Suppose now 13 by 2, I want answer 6.5. I want answer 6.5. So, as I said, one of the option is I will write here float. One of the option is I will write here float. I will write here float. And when I am writing float like this, it is called explicit typecasting. Explicit typecasting. એને શું કહેવાય? Explicit typecasting કહેવાય. Right? I will write down, don't worry. Just in a minute I will explain you. Explicit typecasting. But another option that I want to show you, suppose rather than writing this 13 as a 13, I am writing 13.0. Now when I write this as a 13.0, please understand what is 13.0? It's a float constant. 13.0 is a float constant. What is 13? It's an integer constant. What is 13.0? Float constant. What is 13? Integer constant. What is 13.0? Float constant. So when I write when my 13.0 is a float constant, temporarily 2 get converted into float. Who will do that conversion? Compiler. Implicit typecasting. Compiler will do conversion. And so 13.0 divided by 2.0. Arithmetic operation is performed in a float. Answer is going to be in a float. So what is the answer in float? It's 6.5, and then 6.5 will go to C. So again, you can check the answer. 6.5. Hello. भाई समझाए छे के नहीं? Okay, great. Thank you. Right? You are a really great responsive audience. Huh? I enjoy. See, it's not necessary you make 13.0 here only. You can do a 2.0 also. Same. Right? Again, the 2.0 is because a float constant, so 13 get converted into 13.0 and the answer will be 6.5. Right? I hope I have made my point very clear. So let me go ahead now. After discussing this typecasting wala things, right? For example, let's say what we want to do is, for example, I want to teach you a modulo operator, right? Let's say I want to teach you a modulo operator. So what I need to do is 13 modulo 2. Let's say 13 modulo 2. right? And let's say I'm writing here, rather than C, I'm taking B, and let me print it as a percentage D, and you know the answer, right? I already explained, but just to make it sure, right? 13 modulo 2, what is going to be the answer? 1. So let's run it and understand, right? 1. હલો ભાઈ, જ્યારે એકી નંબર હોય, એકી સંખ્યાનો મોડ્યુલો લો તો 1 આવે, બેકી સંખ્યાનું મોડ્યુલો લો તો 0 આવે, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Even number modulo 0, odd number modulo, answer is going to be 1. Now important thing, when you have when you take it minus 13, for example, I will take minus 13 modulo 2. See, modulo operator cannot 13.0, no, Snej, 13.0 by 2 is not a casting actually. 13.0 is a float constant. So 2 get converted into 2.0, that is an implicit typecasting. When I say explicit typecasting, when I was writing like this, let's say C is equal to float phi, float phi, ऐसे मैं लिखता हूँ float phi by 2. ये मैं कर रहा हूँ कास्टिंग, कंपाइलर पे मैं नहीं छोड़ रहा हूँ. હું ડોટ ડાયો થયો ને મેં અહીંયા લખ્યું આવું કે ભાઈ મારે આ 5 ને ફ્લોટમાં કન્વર્ટ કરવા છે ટેમ્પરરીલી, રાઈટ? આઈ એમ ડુઈંગ ઇટ એઝ અ પ્રોગ્રામર, and that is called explicit typecasting. But when compiler is doing it, that is called implicit typecasting, right? Now we were on this point. B is equal to minus 13 modulo 2. When you have a minus sign, please understand, modulo keep the sign of the first number. So यहाँ पे when you run this program, you can see the answer is minus 1. Answer is minus 1. But when you do ulta, let's say ulta yani you do 13 modulo minus 2, the answer is going to be still 1 only, right? Answer is going to be 1 only. क्यों? ये जो पहला नंबर है ना, यहाँ मोड्यूलो के लेफ्ट में जो नंबर होगा ना, वॉट एवर द नंबर यू हैव ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड ऑफ द मोड्यूलो, उसकी जो साइन होगी वो प्लस होगी तो आंसर प्लस आएगा, वो माइनस होगी तो आंसर माइनस आएगा. दिस इज हाउ मोड्यूलो ऑपरेटर वर्क्स. आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू नाउ. Okay, great. Shall I go ahead? Fine, thank you. With your kind permission, I'm switching again myself to the PowerPoint, right? And let me go again. So basically what I have taught you till now is that there are two kind of casting that we talk about, right? Type of casting. यहाँ पे दो मैंने आपको बताई चीज़. One is called explicit, and second one is called implicit. ये explicit कौन करता है? हम कर रहे हैं. Implicit who will do? Compiler will do, right? So there are two type of casting, explicit and implicit. I hope it is clear. Right now I have already explained to you multiply, divide, addition, subtraction, modulos, right? ये मैंने पूरा आपको समझा दिया है. There is no doubt now, right? And for example, you can do all this program to find out an area of square. You can do a square, for example, right? Rectangle, triangle, circle, pi you can define, right? Pi ये symbol आप find मत करना, but you can define. For example, in your C program you can write like this: define, before a main you can write define pi 3.14. यहाँ पे equal लिखना नहीं है, right? So this is how you can do pi into r into r. So you can do all this program. Hello. By learning mathematical operators, you are able to do all this program. I am not going in a detail. You are working in a laboratory, right? So I am not going in the detail. Another set of operator that we want to talk about is the relational operator. Friends, relational operator. Now, relational operator is basically used to do comparison. So, less than, 3 less than 5. True or false? 3 less than 5. 3 5 થી નાના છે કે મોટા? 3 less than 5. It's a correct. So, it will give you 1. In C programming, correct is 1, false is 0. Correct is not only 1, but it is non-zero, but generally non-zero is 1 actually, right? Practically non-zero is 1. So 3 less than 5, 1. Now greater than, suppose let's say 7 greater than 9, it's false. False yani 0, it gives 0. Greater than or equal to, right? This is greater than or equal to, यहाँ गलत लिखा हुआ है, this is wrong actually, right? ये swap हो गया. This is less than or equal to, this is less than or equal to, this is greater than or equal to. So 100 greater than or equal to, ये दोनों में से एक तो सही है ना, greater than or equal to, तो equal to तो है ना, तो 1 आएगा. 50 greater than or equal to, 50 बड़ा भी नहीं है, equal भी नहीं है 100 से, that means it is false. 50 greater than or equal to 100, ये दोनों गलत हुए, greater भी नहीं है, equal भी नहीं है, so answer is going to be 0, right? So that's how it works. Right now, there is one more operator. There are two other operators that you should understand in a relational operator. We gonna take one example, don't worry. Another one is equal to, double equal to. Now, this double equal to is used for comparison. For example, if I write 5 double equal to 5, the answer is going to be 1. ये सही है कि 5 equal to 5. This is for comparison. See, please understand. 5 equal to 5, I am not saying this. When I say x is equal to 5, this is an assignment operator. This is an assignment operator. You are assigning a value. But when you do double equal to, it is a comparison. Suppose my x is 5 and let's say my y is 5, and I will write x double equal to y. What is answer? Answer is true. True yani 1. Right? This is only for C programming that I am teaching you. Then there is not equal to. Not equal to operator. That means suppose I will write here x not equal to y. तो x तो y है, x is also 5, y is also 5, यानी कि ये false आएगा, इसका आंसर 0 आएगा. x not equal to y गलत है, x equal to y है ना, right? So यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है, देखिए, return 1 if both the operands are equal to 0 otherwise. Not equal to returns if operands do not have the same value. यहाँ पे देखिए, अगर ये मेरा मान लीजिए x इक्वल टू 6 है, y इज इक्वल टू 7 है, y इज इक्वल टू लेट्स से 7 है, y इज इक्वल टू 7 है, और मैं लिखता हूँ x नॉट इक्वल टू y, तो x क्या है? 6 नॉट इक्वल टू 7, आंसर आएगा ट्रू. आंसर क्या आएगा? ट्रू आएगा. Right? Now, these all are the relational operator. Is it clear? Less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to. To understand this relational operator, let me go back to the code block. Right? And I hope there is no concern till now. Okay, fine. So let me start with an example. Right? So what we are doing is, friends, let's look at the very concrete example, so you should have a clear idea what we want to do, right? So let's say we have a two variable declared like this, integer a and b, and for example I am assigning some value. A is equal to, let's say, 5, and let's say b is equal to 2, our simple example, right? And what I'm doing is I'm writing here printf directly, printf percentage d, printf percentage d, comma a greater than b. I am directly writing this, a greater than b. What's going to be the answer? A is 5, b is 2, so 5 greater than 2 is correct, right? So when it is correct, you can check the output is 1. Hello, you can see the output is 1 because both are correct. Even I can do like this also, don't worry, don't think bhai ye print kaise ho raha hai. Even I can do like this. This is like Krishna and Kanhaiya only. both have a same meaning. Suppose I will write here C is equal to A greater than B, and then rather than directly printing A greater than B, I am writing C here. આ બંને વસ્તુ સરખી જ છે, કોઈ ડિફરન્સ નથી, રાઈટ? બોથ આર સેમ, there is no difference whether you write C here or you write A greater than B, right? So for example, again, if you run this program, the output is going to be the same, right friends? Okay, now suppose let's say rather than this A less than B, A greater than B, I am making it A less than B. So A is 5, B is 2, 5 less than 2 is what? False. So when you run this program, you can check the output is 0. Is it okay? Great. Now see, for example, let's say I want to check whether A is 5, B is 2. So both are not same, right? So what I'm doing is A double equal to B, right? Suppose I'm writing, just to remove your confusion, let's say I'm making a bracket over here, so you can have a very clear idea. A double equal to B. What is A double equal to B? Right? Both are not same. So answer is 0. See, both are not same because my A is 5, B is 2. Both are not same. But let me make B is equal to 5 here. Let me make B is equal to 5 here. A is 5, B is 5. So both are same. So answer is going to be 1. You're right, because both are same. So this is for comparison. Right? Similarly, you can use greater than or equal to. Let's say A greater than or equal to. देखिए A क्या है, अभी 5 है, B क्या है, 5 है, तो ग्रेटर देन नहीं है बट इक्वल तो है ना, तो भी ये आंसर क्या आएगा, 1 आएगा. दोनों में से एक सही है, ग्रेटर देन और यानी दोनों में से एक सही है. बट मान लीजिए यहाँ पे मैं B की वैल्यू 6 कर देता हूँ, 6. अभी A तो ना तो B से बड़ा है और A ना B से इक्वल है, राइट? सो बोथ द आंसर A ग्रेटर देन और B, दोनों आंसर गलत होंगे तो C क्या हो जाएगा दोस्तों? व्हाट्स इज गोइंग टू बी? 0. इट्स गोइंग टू बी 0. एनी क्वेश्चन टिल नाउ? देन आई शुड गो अहेड. I hope you are enjoying the session and there is no doubt. हाँ, somebody return, क्या लिखा? No question sir, please. Okay, thank you. Let me go ahead now. Now we want to write a program where we should able to tell that there are two programs that I want to write. One is whether the entered number by the user is odd or even. That is one thing, odd or even. एक प्रोग्राम ये लिखना है. दूसरा हमें ये लिखना है कि नंबर बड़ा है या छोटा है. या तो let's say rather than that I want to write a program to find out largest of two. I want to write a program to find out largest of two. मतलब मैं A एक नंबर दूंगा, B नंबर दूंगा और उसमें से जो बड़ा होगा उसकी वैल्यू मुझे प्रिंट करवानी है. Is it clear? There are two objectives, right? The first is to find out whether the given number is odd or even, right? So what I will do is, let me start a program now. Right, so I am going ahead with this declaration, right? I am going ahead with this declaration. This is called the declaration of the variable. So I have taken 3 variables, right? I am saying here printf. Let's say I am writing printf, and I am telling user enter any number, right? And then semicolon. Now user will enter the number. So whatever the user will enter the number, I want to store it in some variable. You know that in order to, this printf is an output function, so in order to scan the value I have to take the value. In order to take the value you have to use some input function. So what is the input function? You use scanf. And because you want to scan the integer variable, so you write %d, comma, whatever the value comes in, you want to store it, that value, inside the address of variable A. So what I will write here is, I will write here address of A. जो भी वैल्यूज आएगी उसको मुझे कहाँ स्टोर करनी है? A के एड्रेस पे स्टोर करनी है. I want to store that value inside the address of A, right? After doing that, what I want to check is whether this number is odd or even. ये जो यूजर ने नंबर एंटर किया मेरे प्रोग्राम को चेक करना है कि whether the entered number is odd or even. So what I will do is, friend, I will try to find out a modulo by 2. So let's say I'm using here b. b is equal to a modulo 2. Right? What I have written, b is equal to a modulo 2. a कहाँ से आया है दोस्तों? From where I got a? User have entered. So for example, user may enter 13, he may enter 5. So suppose he has entered 13. So 13 modulo 2. 13 modulo 2 क्या हो जाएगा? 1. तो b में क्या जाएगा? 1. Suppose he has entered 14. So 14 modulo 2. 14 modulo 2 क्या हो जाएगा? 0. 0 will go inside a b. That means the value of b is going to be a decision making parameter. A value of b is going to be a decision making parameter. Is it clear to everyone? B is going to be the decision making parameter. Now in C programming, there is some decision making structure available. I am going to introduce to you the decision making structure which is called if. if ये कीवर्ड है C programming का. if is a decision making statement. फिर से मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूं, if is a decision making statement. So what I can do is I have to write a bracket after if and I have to check. अच्छा b की वैल्यू क्या होगी? b की वैल्यू इट कुड बी इधर 1 और 0. अच्छा b 1 है तो नंबर क्या होगा? ओड. और अदरवाइज क्या नंबर होगा? इवन. सो व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई विल चेक इफ b डबल इक्वल टू 0. यहां सेमीकोलन नहीं करना है मुझे, यहां सेमीकोलन नहीं करना है. तो उसके इफ का मैं एक ब्लॉक बनाऊंगा. हर एक का एक ब्लॉक होगा इस तरह से. इफ का एक ब्लॉक बनाऊंगा, उसमें मैं लिख दूंगा प्रिंट एफ राइट. आई विल राइट हियर स्लैश n करके, राइट. परसेंटेज d इज कौन सा नंबर होगा? इज इवन नंबर. अच्छा कौन इवन नंबर है? जो यूजर ने डाला था. यूजर ने कौन सा नंबर डाला था? कहां स्टोर किया था मैंने? आई हैव स्टोर्ड इनसाइड ए. राइट. यूजर ने ए में नंबर डाला था ना. सो परसेंटेज डी की जगह ए प्रिंट हो जाएगा. 13 होगा तो 13 आ जाएगा, 14 होगा तो 14 आ जाएगा. सो इफ इट इज 14 द आंसर विल बी 14 इज इवन नंबर. इफ इट इज 6 इज इवन नंबर. ऐसे प्रिंट होगा आउटपुट. अच्छा ये गलत हुआ. मान लीजिए b इज नॉट इक्वल टू 0. b 0 नहीं है. तो b 0 नहीं है तो यहाँ पे कंडीशनल स्टेटमेंट में इफ के साथ में एक एल्स का ब्लॉक बनेगा. एल्स, राइट. और एल्स के अंदर आप लिख सकते हो प्रिंट एफ. यहाँ क्या लिखूंगा मैं? अगर वो इवन नहीं है तो क्या है दोस्तों? व्हाट इज दैट? स्लैश n परसेंटेज d इज ओड नंबर. तो देखिए प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, इन एनी केस या तो ये इफ वाला रन होगा या तो एल्स वाला. आपका पेरेंट्स आप हमको बोलते हैं ना कि भाई 12th में इतने परसेंटेज आएंगे तो स्कूटर देंगे, बाइक देंगे. आएंगे तो, नहीं आएंगे तो नहीं. तो वैसा ही है ये. अगर b इक्वल टू 0 हुआ तो ये प्रिंट होगा. अगर ये सही है तो ये कभी सही नहीं हो सकता. બંને વસ્તુ ક્યારે સાચી થાય नहीं. राइट. सो इधर ये प्रिंट होगा. लेट मी रन दिस प्रोग्राम. जस्ट अ मिनट जेविक, जस्ट अ मिनट. आई विल टेक योर क्वेश्चन, डोंट वरी. क्या हो गया? अरे भाई क्या हो गया हमारे दोस्तों? परसेंटेज रह गया. कहाँ परसेंटेज रह गया? अच्छा ओहो, जस्ट अ मिनट. आई विल डू दैट. रह गया होगा तो कंपाइलर बाहर आके हमारे बाल खींचेगा कि भाई तुम क्या क्या गलती कर रहे हो. राइट. गुड, थैंक यू. लेट मी रन दिस प्रोग्राम. एंटर एनी नंबर. सो लेट्स से आई एम एंटरिंग 13 1 3. देख रहे हो ना सब? 1 3. 1 इज ओड नंबर. अरे 1 क्यों आ गया? ये 1 क्यों प्रिंट किया इसने? 1 इज ओड नंबर. एक मिनट. जस्ट अ मिनट. परसेंटेज डी इज इवन नंबर. ओह हो. यहाँ मैं भूल गया. राइट. आई फॉरगॉट टू राइट हियर कोमा ए. ग्रेट. नाउ लेट मी रन इट. enter any number. Let's say 13. 13 is odd number, you can see. Let me run this program again and let me enter 14. 1 4. You can see 14 is even number. It is not only 13 and 14 से ही run हो सकता है, कुछ भी number डालो यार. It's not like that. For example, let me run it again, right? And let me enter 420, right? It's even number. 420 is even number. I hope there is no doubt till now. Any doubt, let me know.